What's up, guys? Putting a video up concerning my few posts here on Facebook that kind of spikes some arguments, and it's all good fun, you know. Just want to touch on a few things. Excuse me. I posted some stuff about how I'm passionate about CrossFit and training for that matter of all types. And got a couple guys that felt the need to sit there and bash CrossFit, and that's fine. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. I don't think their points are very valid. I feel like a lot of it's out of jealousy and a lack of understanding of what CrossFit is. And so I'm just going to go ahead and rant a little bit and just talk about training. For me, being a basketball player back in the day, I was a former athlete of the sport of basketball, and from there I moved on to bodybuilding because I was a young guy. I mean, at one point that was my passion, to get big. Not necessarily strong, but big. And as I start to walk that path of training, and I got into a mindset where I just wanted to be strong and wanted to be athletic again. So I started to, again, not focus on necessarily size or anything, but strength and how I was moving and what I could able to do as a human being, and push myself. So started powerlifting, started strongman stuff. Nothing crazy. I did not compete in any of those events, but I did train that way. That's how I trained and got up to some pretty big weight. And again, nothing on an elite status or anything like that where I went in and won competitions, but it started to develop a passion for the game of strength. And from there I started to dip into CrossFit and start to learn more about CrossFit, and then became passionate about that sport. From there on, I learned how to eat healthier and eat for performance, and more about mobility, more about movement patterns, and for me, that's what I got out of CrossFit. Do you need to be a CrossFit coach to be able to learn that stuff? No, but that's how I got there. That was my path, and I feel that a lot of people bring in a negative, trying to bring down CrossFit in a negative way, and a lot of their arguments are like coaches are teaching people wrong or bad form. They're not paying attention to specifics. It's not specific enough for strength and conditioning. I don't know what specific is if you're going to be an athlete. What is specific? You tell me. What's specific for a football player? Playing football. Okay? But what's specific for their training? To be strong, to be explosive, violent hip extension, okay? Injury prevention, all this stuff. There's many ways of tackling that, I understand. I prefer CrossFit, okay? So when I have athletes come into my gym, my goal is to increase their strength, increase their mobility, increase their speed, increase their athleticism. And how do you do that? Is there certain specific movement patterns? They're already doing those specific movement patterns in whatever sport they play. So yes and no, I'm going to train them both ways. Why not? Okay? Maybe some of you coaches don't understand. There is a .crossfit.com. We don't all do that same workout that's on CrossFit.com. We come up with our own programming. Okay? It's not just circuit training. Okay? We do max effort lifts. We do speed work. Okay? We do accessory stuff after if you want to. Supplemental workouts if you want to. Okay? So the programming varies from gym to gym and coach to coach. So you guys can't, you guys got to really do your research, period, first, okay? And, there are bad coaches, and there's bad coaches that aren't CrossFit. There's bad strength coaches out there. So does that mean everybody as a strength coach is bad? No, doesn't mean that particular person is not very good, okay? Just like there's doctors out there that aren't very good. Just like there's chiropractors out there that aren't very good. Physical therapists that aren't very good. Does that mean every physical therapist, chiropractor, and doctor is bad? No. That means you got to find the right one, okay, that works for you, that's not hurting you. You can get hurt in any sport. So another topic was people getting hurt. Yeah, you know what? Some people don't even tell certain coaches that they already have pre-existing injuries. Excuse me. It's sometimes you gotta you got to look at the bigger picture here. You can get hurt playing football. Does that mean football is a bad sport? Maybe my kids shouldn't be playing football. I don't know. I don't want them to get hurt. I'm going to have them play Legos and chess. I don't know. You tell me. Okay? So, there's always a side of caution when coaching CrossFit. And the good coaches, okay? The good coaches, again, I don't know how people run their gym other places, but for my gym and what my clients do, it's form and technique first, consistency with that form and technique, then we worry about intensity. Okay? I don't try to kill every client that walks in. What does that do? That does nothing. Okay? In fact, that could have an adverse effect. Okay? It could do damage, like you guys said. But I know a lot of coaches out there that aren't CrossFit who do that, who just kill their clients. Okay? I don't sit there and badmouth them. I don't sit there. I don't spend time talking about all these people. I'm going to worry about what I'm doing with my clients and how to get them the best results possible. Okay? So, putting up a CrossFit banner to draw business, all that stuff, again, I've yet to see a complete training program that is good for general people, is good for athletes, is good for anybody. There are specific, workouts for people who are at a certain level and specific workouts for people who are just starting out. You know what I mean? Scale it up or scale it down, okay? That's how it works. Good coaches, that's what they do. What else? Athletes. I mean, there's more and more athletes every day that are starting to do CrossFit. It's still new, guys, okay? It's a culture, more or less, and so, Matt Hasselbeck started doing CrossFit. He started to improve his style of play. I know Chris Paul does a form of CrossFit style stuff. I mean, you're going to see it a lot more in UFC. I mean, it's all new, fellas. It's all new. Okay? And they do everything. We powerlift. We do strongman in my gym. Okay? And they're CrossFitters. Okay? We don't, do tire flips 21, 15, 9. We do tire flips 5 of 5. I mean, it's whatever you want it to be as far as your programming. Okay? Now there is Fran, there is Isabel. What's an air squat? You know what? Some people call them air squats, some people call them bodyweight squats. Some people call it squat jumps, some people call it jumping squats. Potato. You're sitting here making fun of what people are calling their stuff. What's the point of that? You know what we mean by it. Okay, an air push-up. What you want to call it, air push-up, call it an air push-up. Whatever. Or you can call it bodyweight push-up. Or you can call it a push-up. You can call it a pull-up. When people say squats, what is that going to mean specifically? You don't know. So air squat or a bodyweight squat, that's fine. Okay? I mean, spending time on this is pointless, guys. Okay? Let's spend time on what we're passionate about, and that's getting people stronger, whether you're a CrossFit or not. Okay? I mean, geez. If you're sitting there worried about CrossFit this much, I'm worried about you and what you're doing, what your training's like. Because you're spending too much time on this. Okay? Instead of sitting here breaking people down, why don't we bring people up? That's what I do. I'm passionate. I mean, on Saturdays I have strength coaches from all different walks come in and we sit there and we talk about strength. Every Saturday for 3 hours. It's the coolest thing. It's like back in the old days, feats of strength. We're sitting there lifting, challenging each other, pull-ups, push-ups, squat snatches, power cleans, clean and jerks, stone loads, tire flips. It's constantly changing, medleys, sandbag medleys. It's fun, guys. Okay? This is what I'm passionate about, and people in my circle, this is what they're passionate about, whether they're CrossFit or not. Not all of them are CrossFit in my circle. Okay? So, I choose CrossFit. That's fine. You don't have to. I'm saying I'm in the best shape of my life. Okay? As far as physically, mentally, and that's due to CrossFit. That's my testimony. I'm strong. Cardiovascularly, I'm great. You know what I mean? Athletically, shoot, I've never done handstand walks or a lot of this stuff until I got exposed to CrossFit. Again, is this all CrossFit, CrossFit come up with all this stuff? No, but they put them together. They're like, you should be able to do all this. Or what if you can't, let's challenge yourself. Let's see what you can do. So, I don't know. Is it worth it? Really? Is it worth it? Sitting here bashing on CrossFit? Some of these CrossFit coaches, okay, are bad. Some of these CrossFit coaches are the greatest people you'll ever meet in your life. Just like any other form of training. Okay? So anyway, that's my rant. You know, I don't know. I don't think I need to touch on anything else specific. I don't know there's a specific bench press for football versus a basketball player. You know what I mean? Yeah, if you have a baseball player as a pitcher, you're probably not going to have him do a bunch of overhead stuff if he has a bad shoulder, so you scale it back or scale it down, okay? If you're educated on training athletes. And there are lots of strength coaches in the CrossFit community that are educated. If something's hurt, you're not going to have them training it, doing it, period. So, let's cut it out, guys. Let's just, get back to what's real. Let's get people strong. Whether you're CrossFit or not, I have love for you. You know what I mean? I'm not sitting there worrying about it. Okay? What other people are doing. Okay? So if you want to share your passion about training, okay, share it. If you want to sit there and share your hate for whatever, fine. Okay? I think that's only going to bring yourself down. That's all I got to say. We're at 11 minutes here. I don't even know if this is going to post on Facebook, but I'll try. Have a good day, guys.